Everyone. My name is Denise Ward, and I'm excited to talk about the architecture that I wrote about. It's called The Architecture for the New Epoch. And I say the new epoch because we are going into a new era because we're waking up from all the lies and the deceptions and we're asking deeper questions. So this is going to change everything, just like cymatics changes. Our vibration is going to become different. It's going to change, and it's going to cause us to be different. Um, Once we learn about all these lies, we we just can't. We don't have faith in it anymore. We don't have faith in the institutions that we used to have faith in. We also don't have faith in each other, and I think we need to gain faith in each other. So the architecture for a new epoch is based on mainly three, shall we say, pillars. The first one is um, we adopt a secondary calendar. We don't take the Roman calendar down, but we just adopt another one alongside it, and we write it like this. What we do is we put the normal Roman calendar down as normal, and then in parentheses we put what I suggest is the 13 moon calendar date, and they both go together, and you just have to look it up, and it's very easy to find the date, um, and it's a very easy calendar to follow as well. Every day lands on the same date throughout the year, and it changes the next year. And the weeks are color coded. Every month has 28 days and 4 weeks, and um, and the color codes repeat every month. So this helps us to ascertain dates, and it will clear our minds of a lot of superfluous data. It's amazing how much we have to juggle and get stopped from our flow by having to stop and think about these silly little things. We don't realize it because we've been taken right out of our flow. So a lot of people think that the calendar is not going to make any difference. It's just a calendar. But really, why are you on Roman time? That was the calendar that was imposed on you. Why are you still using it? Especially if you're a believer in anarchy and sovereignty. Why are you still using the Roman calendar, empire calendar, the empire's calendar? Why? It doesn't stand to reason. So I'm not saying you shouldn't use it, but you you should start using another one, and this one will indicate the people who want to delve into a parallel society where we don't take anything down, we just take up something else that's easy to do. Now, we live in the digital age. Everything is easy to do now. But if you've got somebody breathing down your neck with surveillance everywhere, and you have to provide papers everywhere, you have to be a two-dimensional person. You're either on paperwork or on a screen. Well, we are three-dimensional people at least. So we don't want to squash ourselves down to two-dimensional. That's ridiculous that the two-dimensional world rules our lives. We have to deal with real people, and branch out from there. We have to get everything back to local, and we network with other localities. We keep the numbers small in our sort of circles, which we could talk about. I'm not prescribing anything, but if I have prescribed something, just simply make a proposal to change it. Nobody that way gets to say what everybody must do. It's very antiquated, this idea that everybody must do what a few people say. It doesn't even make any sense. Why? And nobody wants to do it. Millions of people don't want to do what a few hundred people or even a few thousand tell them to do. Doesn't make any sense. So we've got to think of new ways in everything. We've got to think of new ways in everything, think out of the box. We've been in the box too long, in the cell, and try some new things. And I suggest that we try these methods that I've put together. And I'm not earning any money from it, okay? I don't want any money for this work. I find it like prostitution for anybody who is taking advantage of this incredible time when people really need to speak the truth. You can't speak the truth if you're going to get paid. Because what happens is you cater to your subscribers, and it's just all messed up. It's just the same system. So you're not even realizing you're doing the system again. You're just replicating it. Okay, it's got a little bit of different flavor to it, but it's not going to get anywhere because you're on the system, and the system is the problem. So you have to understand the anatomy of what's going wrong. You can't just assume. And this is what a lot of people have done to our ignorance. We've become very ignorant from doing that. So back to the architecture for the new epoch. The second prong is we adopt a currency, a local currency. And we are the bank. You don't have to adopt it by going to anybody. You don't have to sign up. All you have to do is get the template. Let's keep it uniform. And you give it like money, like appreciation money to somebody who's done something that you appreciate. And they might have that's done something for you. And we'll work things out, the details of it. Yes, it's not completely detailed, but that's basically it. I've been doing it. It can be done. It's no big deal. Now that we have computers, we can transfer numbers to each other's account. We don't need a chaperone bank to do that for us, do we? And we don't need chaperone people to decide what bills we have to abide by and what laws we have to abide by. No, we don't need them. Because for a start, they're just pulling our leg. They're not incompetent because they're just pulling our leg. It's just a big joke. They're just laughing. They're shitting on us. So they're having a good old laugh. Well, they're getting us to specify everything we do, our carbon footprint, so as they call it. And they're jet setting off all over the world, and they live like incredible lives, in incredible mansions. So it's called hypocrisy, that we live by hypocrisy. That's the theocracy that we live by at the moment. And even the people in the truth movement, to be quite honest. So I wish the people in the truth movement would take a look at themselves, and they're making excuses for using this as like a career path. It's not a career path, darlings. No. See, as long as you can keep getting money, you're going to end up staying on the system because it's gobbling you up still. So you've got to make moves to get off the system. And if you're too comfortable, if you think, oh, I can justify my work. No, this work is for humanity. If you're working for humanity, you don't need money because you know how important humanity is. So it's more important than money, and you can figure it out another way. In fact, it's really good for you to figure it out another way because it stimulates the creative juices in us. And I think that we learn more about who humans really are when we live like that. And instead of people handing everything to us in this illusion that other people are responsible for us, that they have to wear masks for us, they have to get vaccines for us, they have to obey the law for us. No, you don't. But there are consequences, because if you don't, their thug squads will come and intimidate you. You see, but we've got to stand up to that intimidation and also talk to the men and women doing this horrendous work, which is the enemy. They're becoming the enemy of the people. Police are becoming the enemy of the people, the enema of the people. Really the enema of the people, because you don't go doing what they do to people. You just don't do it. You just don't arrest people, and you don't shoot them. You don't intimidate them. And all because a judge signed something or you got an order to do it. Sorry, that's that's evil. That's evil. To obey orders is evil, especially when you're hurting somebody else. There you go. I said it. And so you see, we need to say it to these people, especially because it doesn't justify it doesn't justify a salary. Now, there was somebody on Facebook. I can't remember what the exact details were, but um, an activist was selling something and saying, "Well, I have to live too," that the usual thing that they say. And and uh, and one of the commenters said, "Yeah, that's right. I don't mind paying for it. Either for oh, that's right. It was This is what happened on Substack. What they do is, and in plenty of places now, the activists, this is what they do. They give you the first part of an interview or an article, but then to read the rest of it or to see the rest of it, you have to pay. Now that's really sleazy, don't you think? I think that's so sleazy of activists to do that. Sorry, no, that's not good. You're not being good doing that. It's not right. So anyway, and I'm not slamming you. Just want you to notice though what you're doing and be conscious of what you're doing. You're creating the same system. It's still evil what you're doing because you can't keep this information to yourself if it's going to help humanity, if it's going to get humanity through to the other side. You can't keep it to yourself or to an elite group who can afford your subscription. Come on. You have to find your money some other way. I'm sorry, it's ugly, but I'm just saying it like it is. If you will just hear me. So anyway, the next part is the third part. So that was a currency. Number two, a currency, which all you have to do, you can get a template to make it official if you want, or you can make one up yourself, just copy it, or just make another one. But I think it's good to be a little bit consistent here, so that if a local currency has a sort of a template and even a sort of a logo of its own to identify it from others, and it's kind of fun, because it's about that locality. And the thing is, the local currencies can be networked so that you recognize and not all local currencies in your local currency. If somebody pays through another local currency, that's legal tender. Legal tender. That's tender. So it's acceptable. So now there's no problem about portability. So the third prong is there are some, before I go to the third prong, or the third pillar, I don't even know what to call it. You know what I mean? And it's not like I don't know my stuff, okay? It's just prong, pillar, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. The fact is that it's the third part of how we can do this immediately. We can start immediately. We can, one, adopt a secondary calendar by citing it when you cite the Roman calendar. Two, start paying people who do things for you with your own currency, with a local currency. You might just make one up. I've got one. If anybody wants to see an example, I will link it in the description. And this is the third one. So those two are very easy, and you can do it tomorrow. And the third one is start using a new consensus system, a quality consensus system that we use to make everybody egalitarian. So that's what we're going into, an egalitarian society instead of a hierarchical society. It's a society where everybody has equal say. Everybody can make a proposal. So everybody's like a congressperson, and everybody can vote on a proposal. So you're a voter and you're a congressperson all in one. You can do all that. It's like the self-checkout. We won't even need checkouts. What we're going to have is we're going to have everything just in the products that we use are barcoded, and all we need them for is not for the money, but for scanning to see how much to make, what the demand is, and how to prepare the materials for it, and all that kind of logistical stuff. So data is what we're about. We're about data, because data is information, and information is intelligence. And that's what we're starting. We're starting an intelligent community, and we need to start the communities in various places. So you just keep it small for starters. That's the best way. Stay networked. And I'll repeat that again. It's probably boring to repeat it so many times. 1, calendar. 2, currency. 3, the egalitarian proposal system. So I'll leave you with that, and I hope you give it some thought. This will make our world so beautiful. We'll start testing it out in small local areas who wish to experiment and go the next wave. Great to talk to you all, and thank you for listening. Adios for now.